Various smoking products. Tobacco, cigars, stuff for pipes. The inhabitants of Willow Creek seem to really enjoy smoking. Brandy, spirits, and various types of whiskey. Everything an aching heart could wish for. That must be the shopkeeper with a whistle hung around her neck. She looks a bit nervous. I wonder if that's because of me.
Czy już wszystko... Nie, jeszcze beczki.
That'll have gherkins in it.
W sumie to nie ma żadnego tam wpływu na fabułę, ale warto wiedzieć, ponieważ niektóre komentarze są bardzo dobre.
Yeah, that's how I like vegetables. Microwave ready on top of a steak.
No to może wypada sobie kupić i zrobić. Uwaga, teraz animacja, która bardzo fajna jest. Zresztą zwróćcie uwagę.
I hope you only want to cut up veggies with that. Sir?
Some very nice knives. Some very nice knives.
Zwróćcie uwagę na intonację Darena. No, ona daje do myślenia. Potem będzie to wyjaśnione, ale nie uprzedzajmy faktów, porozmawiajmy z Abają. I nie zapomnijmy wziąć mapy, ponieważ będzie ona nam naprawdę bardzo, bardzo potrzebna.
The shopkeeper's looking at me like I'm a thief. Or worse.
Najpierw z nią porozmawiajmy, potem weźmiemy.
Hello.
What do you want?
This is a shop, isn't it? Then maybe I want to buy something?
Okay.
I'm Darren, by the way.
I know exactly who you are.
Oh, really? Who am I then?
You're the arsonist who was in the newspaper.
I'm not gonna set your shop on fire. Anyway, I'm innocent.
Oh, I'm sure you are. But please, don't stay too long. Otherwise, I will have to call the police.
Yeah, right.
And without a telephone, I'll just use my whistle.
Niezbyt sympatyczna. Na razie przynajmniej.
What is this? Willow Creek's main shopping drag?
Oh, we've got everything that people need here. Usually, you can order too, but then it'll be delivered next week, if that's okay with you.
That won't be necessary. I'm just having a look around. The old woman who just ran out. Could it be that she's a little crazy?
Dorothy? Oh no, she's just as crazy as you are. I mean, she's fine. The whistle was her idea.
Are you scared of me?
Of course not. I've got my whistle. As soon as anyone comes too close, I blow it. And it's so loud, even the gravedigger in Wormhill can hear it.
Clever, Abaya.
How do you know my name?
You've got that little badge on?
Oh, yeah.
By the way, your name's quite uncommon, Abaya. Where does it come from?
It's Indian. Don't you like it?
Oh, I do. It sounds very pretty. Does it mean anything?
The fearless one.
I'd like to buy one of these walking mats.
Please, take it. You don't need to come to the till. It's on the house.
Oh. Thank you very much. See ya.
Jak miło.
I hope not.
No widać, że jest bardzo pozbawiona strachu Abaja. Mamy mapę. Zwróćcie uwagę, że teraz stojak na noże jest pełny noży. Wyjdziemy na rynek. Wrócimy do sklepu i noży nie ma.
There were a load of knives in that before, or am I mistaken?
Sold out.
Szybko zeszły. Sami mordercy. Dobra, pójdziemy teraz do pubu, zobaczymy co tam się dzieje. Może Tom będzie. Co tutaj ciekawego mamy? Wiadro.
Probably belongs to a fisherman. That's Tom's pub. I think he's still a bit angry because I left him in the swamp.
No nie dziwię się.
Stole his car.
Nie dziwię się. Bierzemy gąbkę. Będzie nam ona potrzebna.
It looks like it hasn't been used for a very long time. I'm about to change that.
Ten rozdział jest bardzo, bardzo długi i jest dosyć mozolny. Ciekawy, ale to nie jest jeszcze to, co naprawdę jest ważne w Black Mirror.
Murderous greetings from Willow Creek. The usual postcards and brochures. Anyone want to buy an E?
Dobra, tutaj już nic nie będziemy więcej patrzeć. Wchodzimy do kawiarni, której przedtem nie było, o ile dobrze pamiętam. Bardzo przyjemny wystrój swoją drogą.
The sugar's empty.
Niestety, tak byśmy zawinęli trochę cukru.
Coffee culture is spreading. Mild beans and double roasted. Is Willow Creek ready for this?
Zobaczymy, co jest ciekawego w gablocie.
Shame. No donuts left.
Nie ma pączków, no cóż. Promyczek słońca, jak to określi Darren, z tego co dobrze pamiętam, ponieważ sympatycznie wygląda kelnerka, czy też kasjerka.
At last, a ray of sunshine. I was beginning to think there were only gross-looking guys with alcohol problems living in this dump.
Więc porozmawiajmy z pięknością, blond niewiastą.
Hi,
I know. I recognize you from the newspaper.
And you're not gonna run away screaming?
I'd have a lot of running to do if I ran away from every weirdo in this dump.
You really like living here, huh?
No i dobrze, porozmawiajmy z nią.
Has anything exciting happened recently?
Apart from the fire at the castle? Wait a minute. Yeah, the espresso machine broke down.
Bardzo ciekawie.
Has this cafe been here long? I've never noticed it before.
We were closed during the fair this year.
Is it even worth having a cafe here in the village?
You'll have to ask my dad. It's his cafe. Why do you ask? Do you want to open one too?
Yeah, sure. Right next door. A Black Mirror special cafe with ritual blood cappuccino and latte morbidato.
Good idea. Could have come from Murray.
No, z Marejem też będziemy się widzieć.
By the way, I'm Darren. Or Adrian Gordon. Take your pick.
I'm Denise, or the one who's got no time for insane arsonists. Take your pick.
Wow. I think I prefer Denise.
All right then, Darren.
So, what's a young woman like you doing in a place like this? Not one for city living?
Hell yeah. I'm just waiting for the right moment.
You mean when the twice-yearly bus to London stops here?
Something like that.
Are you out of donuts?
No, there are some in the storeroom, but they're reserved for the nice inspector. He buys them here every morning.
Of course. And what if I want one too?
Then bake one yourself.
Aj, nieładnie.
When does the inspector usually come in?
He should have been here to pick up his donuts ages ago. He's probably been delayed by the scum of the earth. Again.
Phew, nice description.
That's what Conrad calls his clientele, not me.
Conrad?
Conrad Spooner. That's what the inspector's called. Didn't you know?
I didn't know that donuts was so popular in England.
I don't know, but I do know that Spooner loves them. Just as much as those cops in American TV shows.
And what does the dear inspector do when there aren't any donuts left?
He always gets what he wants. If need be, I bake him some.
No dobrze, zakończymy na razie tą konwersację.
Maybe I'll see you later.
I idziemy na posterunek policji, znowu zresztą. To będzie takie kursowanie pomiędzy jednym a drugim. Porozmawiamy sobie.
That's Chief Inspector Spooner, the man that made the last 3 weeks of my life a living hell. A real ray of sunshine.
Kolejny już promyczek słońca. Porozmawiajmy sobie z nim, potem z posterunkowym.
Do you have a moment, Inspector?
If you're quick.
Why do you dislike me?
I'm a cop. You're a criminal.
Come on, little bit of friendliness never hurt anyone.
Miss Valley was friendly.
It wasn't me! How many times do I have to tell you? My doctor, Winterbottom, has she been living in Willow Creek for long?
She moved here 10, 12 years ago.
Why? Because of the murders?
Ask her yourself.
What was it that brought you here?
I don't know what that's got to do with you.
What about your partner? He seems really busy.
Zach. He's not my partner, he's my constable. And yes, he's got lots to do, so don't disturb him.
Why should I want to set fire to the castle?
Well, it could be because you were shipped off to America as a kid and had a miserable life there. Until you found out that you'd been taken for a ride your whole life. Then you came back to England to take revenge on your family.
What a load of crap.
So you finally admit it. It's all total bollocks. That's exactly why you have to see Dr. Winterbottom. And I'm gonna make sure that there are a lot more doctors taking care of you all day for the rest of your life. I can tell you why it was you. Because you're bloody mad. A nutter. You're obsessed with being a Gordon. A descendant of a murderous clan. It's some kind of justification for your irrational desire to burn and set fire to things. You pyromaniac.
It was Lewis. Damn you.
Oh yeah, the gardener. Then find him. He's disappeared without a trace since you've been here. Have you got him weighing on your conscience too? Spit it out.
And you really don't know who paid my bail?
It's paid to the court, not to me. I just got a letter from them saying I should let you go.
The guy in the other cell.
Is a paragon of virtue.
What did he do?
He beat up annoying little Americans. Should I let him out?
All right, all right. This here village, Willow Creek. Are there many criminals here?
Only since you turned up.
Does that mean it was quieter before? Not even a little bit of shoplifting?
Just normal village life. Punch-ups, rape, and drink driving.
So pretty much nothing happening. Can I have a look at my file?
Why? Have you forgotten something you've done?
Apart from the fact that it wasn't me?
No, you can't have a look.
Could you make me a copy of it then?
Of course not. That's a police file.
Have you found out anything about my ancestry?
Yep, I've got a copy of Darren Michael's birth certificate here. Born on the 27th of February 1970 in Boston, Massachusetts.
And what about Adrian Gordon?
He's still dead, in the Gordon crypt. That's what it says in the death certificate signed by Dr. Heinz Herman. Cause of death, 5th degree burns.
5th degree? In other words, only his ashes are left. How convenient. That's all for now.
I'm keeping my eye on you.
No i teraz już możemy stwierdzić jednogłośnie, że najprawdopodobniej ten akt zgonu jest fałszywy. Wszyscy pamiętamy doktora Hermana.
Constable Zach seems okay. Plays by the letter of the law and all that.
Porozmawiajmy z nim.
Can I disturb you for a minute?
No?
No i właśnie, tutaj jest pierwsza nasza zagadka. Musimy go jakoś wywabić z posterunku naszego spunera. I nie, tutaj nie. Musimy wziąć gąbkę, która jest sucha i zamoczyć ją w rzece, która jest mokra. Wow, ale jestem odkrywczy. W każdym bądź razie robimy to w ten sposób. I dzięki temu uzyskujemy nowe możliwości na wywabienie spunera inspektora spunera z właśnie police station, z posterunku policji.
Hello?
W tym celu prosimy o kawę.
I'd like a coffee, black.
Coming up.
I szybko tutaj.
I think the door leads into the storeroom. At least that's what this sign suggests. Okay, I've gotta come up with something that's gonna make Spooner hang out here in the cafe for a while.
Szukamy pączków. Pamiętamy rozmowę Darena z Denise, Adriana. Gdzie one są?
A shelf full of stock for the cafe. What have we got here? Coffee, tea, juice, milk. Ah, and a package of donuts.
Bierzemy ją. Oczywiście nie do zjedzenia.
Reserved for Spooner.
Niestety. Wkładamy je do zamrażarki.
A high-performance chest freezer with a glass lid. Not a lot in it. A pack of tart bases. Oh, and a box of ice cream. Mint and chocolate.
Mięta czekolada, bardzo dobre
The
połączenie.
seal is in really bad shape. If it gets wet, you probably wouldn't be able to get the chest open anymore.
Czyli co nam to podpowiada?
I'll put the box of donuts in a nice visible spot in the freezer.
Włożę pączki do zamrażarki w ładnym, widocznym miejscu. Tak powinno być przetłumaczone. I moczymy uszczelkę.
I'll wet the sealing rubbers with the wet sponge. If you close the freezer now, the water will freeze and it'll be almost impossible to open it again without defrosting the whole thing. Farewell, you donuts. Nobody's gonna be getting you out of there in a hurry. Now that ought to slow down the inspector's donut order somewhat.
No i dobrze, wychodzimy. No i mamy już pierwsze zadanie za sobą. Pierwsze koty za płoty. Widzimy inspektora Spoonera.
Another one of these flat days today. I could really do with something to lift me up a little.
Edward could come along at any time. Better if we wait till this evening.
It's not Edward. Give me a couple of donuts at least.
Yeah, sure. I'll get you some. Conrad, your donuts seem to have ended up in the freezer.
Yeah? Then can't you bung them in the oven for a bit?
The problem is, the lid's frozen solid.
Ah, I get it. You want me to help you warm up your frozen chest?
No,
I think those two are gonna be busy for a while.
czyli wywabiliśmy inspektora Spoonera z komisariatu. Teraz możemy już spokojnie porozmawiać z Zakiem. Nie będzie to aczkolwiek zbyt długa rozmowa, ponieważ Zak nie jest zbytnio rozmowny.
Constable Zach seems okay.
Dobra, to już słyszeliśmy.
Can I ask you something briefly? Do you believe I set fire to the castle?
Well, Mr. Michaels, you claim to be Samuel Gordon's son, and you were at the scene of the crime with a smoldering torch in your hand.
I had that to defend myself with.
Against the mysterious secret order that nobody knows about and nobody's seen?
It's mentioned in the Gordon Chronicles.
500 years ago.
Forget it.
And then there was the thing with poor Miss Valley, right? We found your tracks at the scene of the crime.
I told you, forget it. Spooner, your inspector, is he always so nice?
I don't know. He was in the homicide department in London until half a year ago. Then, he got redeployed here as a punishment.
That explains a lot.
Since then, he's tried everything to get back out of here. He locks people up for the smallest of misdemeanors. Good for the statistics, you see.
And you can't do anything about it?
What does a bear do about the winter? He rows himself up and sleeps until the spring comes.
Can you make a copy of my file and send it to my lawyer?
Didn't he get one ages ago?
He, wants to have the current version for the embassy.
Not possible.
Something wrong?
I'd forgotten. The copier gave up the ghost a few weeks back, but there's a new one on order.
Are you being serious?
It's not so bad. I have so little to do here, I could type up most of the documents.
I understand. So, would you be so kind as to type my file?
No.
And what if I fix that thing?
All right, then. You go and see what you can do with it.
How long are you gonna look for Angelina?
She'll be deemed missing until we find her.
Even if she's long since dead?
We haven't found a body yet, Mr. Michaels.
How involved were you in the investigation of my case?
I searched the sewer system and the bunker.
And you didn't find any clues?
No.
That just can't be true.
It's bloody dark down there, Mr. Michaels, and full of rats. Not for the faint-hearted.
Is there anything new on the kidnapping? Have you spoken to Tom, Bobby, or the kid in Wales?
According to the statement, Tom was at Alton Towers with Bobby at the time.
And you don't find it a little bit strange that those two went to a theme park?
The only strange thing was that Bobby was in hospital for 2 days afterwards with concussion. But we've got a medical certificate that proves that.
And what if Tom was lying?
We can't prove it. He had 2 tickets for the theme park and the paperwork from the hospital.
Damn. And the boy?
There's no one called Van Helsing in Wales.
Goodbye, Constable.